What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we will be talking about Darius Slay restructuring his deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's going to save us $9.1 million for 2021. But before we get into all that, if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn post notifications on, smash the like button for your boy. Get all that out the way so we can get into today's topic, which is just all the people the Philadelphia Eagles are restructuring and who's next to get restructured. And let's talk about what this $9.1 million will mean for 2021. So, to the main topic, Darius Slay. We know we traded for him. We gave up a third-round pick. We paid him a handsome contract. I think it was $50 million total. I don't know exactly what the guarantees were, but he got paid. And his performance in 2020 was okay. I think he did better than most people think. But when you go up against Devontae Adams, when you go up against a DK Metcalf, you're going to be on the hip pocket. Well, some people are not even on their hip pocket, but you're going to get beat sometimes. These are physical specimens. These are great receivers. These are guys who will beat even a Jalen Ramsey, even a Tre'Davious White, even a Stephon Gilmore. So you got to understand that. And it didn't help the way Jim Schwartz played defense. No safety help. Never gave safety help. A lot of single high. And we're playing single high with guys like Ronnie McLeod. Single high with guys like Jalen Mills. Guys who don't have the speed to get to the left and right and help these DBs out. So I think you're going to be able to see a better version of Darius Slay in more zone coverages, more cover 2 that's going to be applied by Jonathan Gannon. You're going to see some blitzes. Some quarterbacks need to get the ball at their hand fast, and a guy like Big Play Slay will make a big play on the ball. But with the Eagles saving $9.1 million, it's going to bring us down to about 33 point something million that we got to fix. And there's still other guys that we can restructure. You heard the rumors about Brandon Graham starting to work on a restructure. So the Eagles are setting themselves up to save money and keep some of these veterans around, which tells me they're trying to rebuild. They're trying to retool, but they don't want to become the Oakland Raiders, the Cleveland Browns, the teams that go long time, 3, 5, 6, 7 years without competing for a playoff spot while rebuilding. You got the teams like the Patriots. You got the teams like the Saints who in the last couple years never really rebuild. They just retooled around certain players and kept it moving. And I think you got a new coaching staff, a brand new quarterback, a lot of young players who, let's be honest, haven't proved anything yet. And you got these aging vets who are pick your poison type vets. Guys like Alshon, Deshaun, even a Malik Jackson. You got to let these guys go. But there are guys on this roster that you got to keep around. A Darius Slay, maybe a Fletcher Cox, maybe a Brandon Graham if the restructure works out and it end up saving us like $8 to $9 to $10 million. But before we get into any more about the Eagles restructuring, Jalen Hurts, Darius Slay, Brandon Graham, all these guys, let's hear a word from our sponsor. This episode of the Philly Talk Podcast is sponsored by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They're obsessed over their technology, developing to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. And we got an exclusive offer for the Philly Talk Podcast listeners. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code, you already know what it is, Philly Mike at manscaped.com. Remember, Philly Mike is all capital and get 20% off at manscaped.com. Real quick before we get back to the Eagles content, you got a girl, you got a wife, get this product and they will treat you nice. Best believe that. Now, let's get back to the restructure. And like I said, so we saw last year we restructured Fletcher Cox. This year we go ahead and restructure Darius Slay. We're in the process of restructuring Brandon Graham. We're working on a possible extension / maybe trade with Derek Barnett. This goes to show that the Eagles are trying to do it the right way. Yes, the Eagles are finally trying to get it done the right way, where they're going to pick their poison on the guys who can keep them competing and get the best from this team. Because let's be honest, honest. If you make Jalen Hurts your starter and you give him no defense, no supporting cast, how could you really judge this guy when he has no team? You know what I mean? He can drop 25, 28, 30 points and end up losing because the defense can't get a stop. So you got to put players around Jalen Hurts to get a fair assessment. I mean, this is going to be a brand new team. I think there's certain veterans that we got to keep around. I think there's certain veterans that we got to let go. And if we end up letting go of a guy like BG, I understand. I mean, very productive overall, very productive in the beginning of the season with sacks, but he did fall off at the end of the season, whether that was the defensive scheme as a whole or him himself. But Darius Slay gets looked at by some Eagle fans like he got burnt crispy. No, he shut down Terry McLaurin. He shut down Amari Cooper. He shut down AJ Green. He shut down other receivers. Yes, he got beat by DK. Yes, he got beat by Devontae Adams, but what corners don't get beat by these guys? And you got to take in the scheme, how it works, all that stuff around it. I just think the Eagles are setting themselves up to be a actual competitor for the playoffs while retooling. And remember, we're in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys don't know who's going to be their quarterback. The New York Giants, Daniel Jones. I mean, does that scare you? I mean, the Washington football team is probably the most scariest. They got a great defense. They got some things on offense, pretty good offensive line, but who's their quarterback? Is Tyler Heineke? I don't know. I'm in the mood to drink a Heineken, so I said Heineken. Is Tyler Heineke going to be the guy? They released Alex Smith. Are they going to move up and get a quarterback? We don't know. We don't know. So why worry about something that we don't know? The Eagles are set up with a last place schedule. I know the Chiefs are on the schedule, but other than that, like, who are we playing? We do got the NFC East twice. That means, easy competition most likely. So depending on how this coaching staff starts off, if Nick Sirianni is as good as we think with X's and O's and getting players to exceed their potential and be in the right place at the right time, well, maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe some veterans, maybe the new additions, the 6th pick will go a long way. And this team can be competitive. So I am optimistic. Now, when you look at the situation overall, no cap, young team, a lot of old guys, a lot of young guys, like no in-betweeners. You're like, are we going to win more than 7 games? But the Eagles been winning 7 and 8 games for a large portion of these last couple years with all these injuries. Now, last year we only won 4 games, but a lot of injuries. So we need to keep some guys. We need to get rid of some guys. We need to get back in cap space. But more importantly, we got to stay healthy. We got to stay healthy. Just think, a healthy offensive line, a healthy team. I'm not talking about 100%, but if we're 90% healthy, we win more than 4 games last year, even with Carson Wentz up and down, Doug Peterson's up and down. So now we take away the Carson Wentz up and down. We take away Doug Peterson's up and down. We possibly stay healthy. We can probably compete for this NFC least. That's what they called it last year. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section about Darius Slay restructuring, Brandon Graham restructuring. Possibly. We heard the rumors about it, but we don't know anything for sure. But let's get down to 0. Then worry about getting some positive money. We got to sign our rookies. We got to do some things in free agency. Not much. No old guys. But we got to do something. And I'm ready to possibly compete. Not go for the Super Bowl, but start competing in year 1 with this new look Philadelphia Eagles team. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Make sure you go ahead and get yourself some Manscaped products. Remember, use the code Philly Mike, all capitals. It's good. Trust me. I don't got no pants on. Pause. I'm kidding. I do. Until next time, you guys know what time it is. We out.